Governor of Delhi seeking transfer for him and his wife to another jail out of Delhi, alleging constant threats and pressure to withdraw his complaint against the Aam Aadmi Party leaders. Sukesh Chandrasekhar has further alleged that he's being assaulted by CRPF personnel inside the jail. So this is another letter that is coming in from Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Do remember, in the previous 4 letters also he's spoken about the threats that he allegedly says he's received from leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, particularly naming Satyendra Jain in a couple of his letters, also naming the DG Prisons, who've of course now been transferred out of that role. But Sukesh Chandrasekhar has in all these letters maintained the fact that he believes that the Aam Aadmi Party is behind the threats that have been coming to him. Now, do remember that there are a list of accusations essentially that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has made against the AAP leadership. To begin with, he says that the Aam Aadmi Party took about 50 crores from him in terms of election funding. He was asked to fund elections in Goa as well as Punjab. He then goes on to say that he was asked to pay about 10 crore rupees in various installments to Satyendra Jain when he was the prisons minister. He still, of course, is the prisons minister of Delhi. He himself, of course, is in a prison right now. That's a separate story. But then he goes on to, in his various letters, say that he was also asked to make certain payments to the DG Prisons, who, of course, now has been transferred out of that role after there was tremendous pressure that came to bear on the Delhi government. Now, this latest letter, he says that because of the threats that he faces, he wants to be transferred out of any jail in Delhi. Do remember that even as all of this comes and the ED and the CBI are variously investigating this case, there's been one thing that's very clear, that Sukesh Chandrasekhar was able to run this racket from inside the Har jail, this extortion racket that he was running for quite some time. Now, whether this is linked to the fact that, as he says, he was paying bribes for a comfortable stay in prison will be a matter of investigation. But there are too many dots right now which are beginning to connect. Now, just to tell our viewers of the latest, Sukesh Chandrasekhar has written another letter. This is the 5th letter that he's written to the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. In this particular letter, he clearly says that he feels that his life is under threat and has asked for a transfer of himself, I beg your pardon, and his wife to any other jail, specifically out of Delhi. He also alleges that there have been constant threats and pressure that have been borne on him to withdraw the complaint against Aam Aadmi Party leaders. He's also gone on to say that this is a serious allegation that he's laying. He says that the CRPF personnel inside the jail have assaulted him. Now, we don't know how the government is going to react to this, whether they're going to order an inquiry or not yet. But let's quickly go across to Abhishek, who's reporting from our Mumbai news desk. Now, Abhishek, give us more details of this particular letter. Now, one of the things that he's clearly asked for in this one is a transfer out of the jails in Delhi specifically.
Yes, so the letter saga by Sukesh Chandrasekhar continues. In the latest letter that Sukesh Chandrasekhar's lawyer has addressed to the LG, the subject of the letter mentions that request on behalf of Sukesh Chandrasekhar to transfer him and his wife to any other jail out of Delhi. Remember, in an earlier letter, Sukesh Chandrasekhar had alleged that there is threat to his life in the jail in Delhi, and now we have this letter where he is requesting to be moved. He is requesting that himself and his wife to be moved out of a jail in Delhi. I will read the contents of the letter here. The important part here is that the lawyer of Sukesh Chandrasekhar says that my client has received constant threats and pressure to withdraw complaints filed before your good office against Aam Aadmi Party. And again, the letter again goes on to mention Satyendra Jain, Arvind Kejriwal and Kailash Gehlot. Remember, these are 3 names which he has repeatedly named in all the letters that he has addressed to the LG. Also, going ahead, the letter says that also to retract from disclosure statements given to the EOW and ED during the investigation of the above said case. And the lawyer of Sukesh Chandrasekhar mentions that his wife is also being threatened, that Sukesh Chandrasekhar's wife is also being threatened and abused by the senior jail officials in related to above said matter to convince the husband to withdraw the Complaints Act. He says that pressure is being put on Sukesh Chandrasekhar and his wife to withdraw the Complaint Acts. Now this is a new angle in this letter, that Sukesh Chandrasekhar's wife is also receiving threats. Then the letter goes on to say that on behalf of a client, we humbly request you to consider his compelling circumstances and transfer him and his wife from Delhi jail to any other jail across the country, away from control of DG Delhi, to ensure safety of their life and limbs in view of above said complaints. So the latest letter clearly mentions that there is threat to Sukesh Chandrasekhar's life as well as his wife, and Sukesh Chandrasekhar has categorically demanded that he be moved out from a jail out of Delhi, anywhere in the country.
Oh yes, absolutely. And Abhishek, you know, the comments that he has made against the Aam Aadmi Party so far seem to suggest that at least as per his allegations, he was constantly paying them money. A fact that the Aam Aadmi Party has denied completely, saying that this is him acting under the pressure of other political parties. So can you detail for us the responses that we've got from the Aam Aadmi Party so far to this?
Yes, Nupur, so see, all the letters that he has mentioned, there have been some constant allegations that Sukesh Chandrasekhar has put. He has always mentioned two things. He has mentioned that he was asked to pay, or that he had paid rupees 50 crores to the Aam Aadmi Party, and he has directly mentioned Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia as well as Kailash Gehlot in all his letters. Also, he had claimed in the letters that he was offered Rajya Sabha seat, and that he was also told to arrange for certain businessmen down in the south so that the Aam Aadmi Party can expand itself in the southern states. Now, Aam Aadmi Party has always denied all these claims, but Sukesh Chandrasekhar has been very persistent with all his claims regarding the rupees 50 crore paid, regarding the Rajya Sabha seat offered to him, as well as Aam Aadmi Party asking him to arrange for businessmen so that the Aam Aadmi Party can expand itself in the southern parties, so southern states. So all these allegations have been constant, and now we have this allegation where he is directly alleging threat to his life as well as to his wife's life, and is asking to be moved out from the jail in Delhi to any other jail in the country.
All right, Abhishek, to stay with us. Piyush Mishra also joining us from New Delhi. Piyush, good morning. It's another day, it's another letter that we've got from Sukesh Chandrasekhar. In this particular one, he's very categorical, says that he fears for his life, and that, you know, the CBI must investigate this thoroughly, and also asking for a transfer out of the jails in Delhi. So, Piyush, how do you think, the response to this one's going to be?
Nupur, if you talk about the response, we can certainly... expect Aam Aadmi Party to once again come out and do a press conference where they can again slam Sukesh Chandrasekhar as well as BJP, where Aam Aadmi Party is expected to call him BJP's campaigner. Couple of days back, when the first letter was written by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, at the time itself, the Aam Aadmi Party had rejected the allegations and said that Conman is now becoming the campaigner of BJP, and very soon he is going to be inducted in the saffron outfit. But BJP is asking some tough questions from Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party. BJP continues to ask why this letter was written. BJP continues to ask, is Satyendra Jain actually threatening Sukesh Chandrasekhar? BJP is also asking, did Arvind Kejriwal accept 50 crore rupees bribe from Sukesh Chandrasekhar, or money accepted by Aam Aadmi Party to promote him as the South India's Aam Aadmi Party's leader? So there are certain questions on which BJP has been focusing on. Today, once again, Sukesh is writing a letter demanding that he should be transferred out of Delhi jail. You would also remember, Nupur, that a couple of days back, BJP's national spokesperson and cabinet minister Meenakshi Lekhi had also done a press conference where she had demanded that Satyendra Jain should now be shifted out of Tihar jail and he should be sent to some other jail of UP or Haryana, because using his influence in the government, he is somewhere threatening Sukesh Chandrasekhar. couple of a day before yesterday, in fact, BJP had also done a had also protested outside the Aam Aadmi Party office, demanding that Arvind Kejriwal and other leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, whose names have been mentioned in the letter by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, should now face lie detector test. So war of words continue to take place. Sukesh Chandrasekhar has now dropped another letter, and that's in this particular letter he is now demanding that he should be transferred out of the jail. In fact, he is also blaming the security agencies there. So now the onus lies not only on the Aam Aadmi Party government but also on the central government, because he is directly blaming the CISF officers who are there on the duty. So proper investigation needs to be done. Also on the allegations those are being made by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and also the kind of big important points he is raising, that also needs to be addressed.
Absolutely, Piyush. As you pointed out, the allegations against the CRPF are something that will have to be investigated, because these are grave allegations that essentially talk of fear as well as torture inside the prisons. Thank you very much for joining us for the moment, Piyush. Piyush Mishra.